And we're back. One more Kayfabe Corner, a bonus episode of sorts here, where instead of viewing and talking to some of the stars here into the Florida indie wrestling scene, we're going to talk some wrestling here because WrestleMania 36 Part 1 just finished just minutes ago here. What's everyone's thoughts? Of course, hey, Jordan Pierce Owens here. We got Corey C4. Corey, hi.
Howdy. How's everyone?
Great intro.
Yeah.
We got Don Mega in the house, my brother.
What up, what up?
And Dutch the Stuff McCallister.
Howdy all.
Fantastic intros all around, guys.
That's what we're here for. Just the intro.
So, night one's in the books. It's the first ever two-time. We thought this might happen for the last few years. Maybe they're going to make it 2 nights because there's just so many matches. We had 10, 11, including the bonus kickoff match, if you will. What's everyone's brief thoughts? Corey, what's your thoughts coming after night one?
I thought overall it was pretty fun. I liked the kickoff was a good start. I always like good but overall it was I had a good night. Good night. I liked it.
Don Mega, you've been a long time fan. You're the reason I'm into this. What do you think?
Overall, I thought it was pretty good. I like what they did towards the mid to the end part of the card. They did the best they could, considering.
Kind of how I feel to a large degree. Dutchie?
I actually did like the first half. I agree with Don in the back. That was actually better as the night went on. I think the Kofi Kingston Morrison match actually was where it actually kind of started lifting off a little bit more in the night. Everything else before that was kind of forgettable, really.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of go along with so far as this general consensus here. Like, they did the best they could. It's weird, and some of the magic is gone. Even the Shayna Becky Lynch match, which I was invested in up till, this month, and even that just kind of didn't really escalate to that next level for me. But, we started off with the kickoff show, which if there wasn't this pandemic, probably this would have never happened. So this is good for them. Cesaro and Gulak, less than 5 minutes here, quick, short kickoff match here. I thought it was fine for what it was. Any opinions?
I did not even see it because I started watching the kickoff and you could tell it was a pre-recorded thing from the Stanford office. And I was like, yeah, I don't think they're going to even do a kickoff matches tonight since they spread out, 20 matches over 2 nights. So I was like, I turned it off and just went back at 4 o'clock when it started. So, then I found out after the fact.
And then I think tomorrow I want to say is Liv versus Natalia. I read that somewhere.
Yeah, that's gonna happen tomorrow. But I'm with you, Don. I just basically I don't ever watch a pre-show, so I'm the only one probably who never does. But I don't care for it.
How do you guys do the match times then? Like I do. 4:25. Come on, guys.
No one cares.
I care. I'm talking about all the times tonight. Corey, me and you, we actually watched the kickoff at times.
I got my paperwork right here, my notes right here for everybody to see.
You're missing match times.
I don't have to see
no one cares.
Match times. I get everything else.
So we started off the main show. The women's tag team titles are on the line. Bliss and Nikki won them back, defeating the Kabuki Warriors 15-25 here. I thought it was all right. Anyone thoughts?
Yeah, it was all right. I thought the Kabuki Warriors would retain, to be honest. I thought this was I was not thinking that the belts would switch, so that was interesting. I feel like I'm a little torn because, number one, the Kabuki Warriors haven't defended the titles in probably 2 months at least. And then on top of that, Nikki and Alexa have had the belts already. I wish they would do something different and unique. I think it could have went to an NXT tag team. That would have been something cooler to do. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel about the decision, but the match was okay to kick it off.
Yeah, you make a good point. Kind of a short run here, or short run as far as defenses go, rather, for the Kabuki Warriors.
They've had it for a while, but they're the longest reigning tag team champions.
And I'm a big fan.
Also had no defenses.
I'm a very big fan of the Kabuki Warriors, as you guys. I don't know, Jordan. You know that I'm a very big fan. But these two, Alexa and Nikki. They make a great team. But I'm tired of it a little bit with them. And they weren't good enough to me to get a actual belt around their waist this time. But I don't know. I thought it was a fair match. It wasn't anything that was eye popping.
Corey, quick thoughts, buddy.
I'm actually a big fan of Alexa and Nikki. I think that they're a really fun team and they work really well together. So I was excited to see them win the titles. I wasn't expecting it. I too thought that the Kabuki Warriors were going to retain, but I thought it was a pleasant surprise, and it was very entertaining all the way around. I liked the match, so it's a good one.
Next up, people were wondering if this match was even going to happen after he made his fall from the stage, where we finally got Elias versus Corbin, about 8 minutes, 55 seconds here. Elias, kind of a shocker to me, again, went with the face win, which might have been why we saw Alexa and Nikki win the last match. Maybe they wanted to just start off with a hot face win. And we got another one. I was surprised to see Elias pick up the win here. What are you guys?
This was a match I didn't really care about, no matter what was going to happen. I think Corbin and being King Corbin is over for him. I think they should just move on at this point with that point. But Elias getting a win, I guess that's a plus for his career for once, instead of always just being squashed left and right.
I believe it's his first match, right, too, on Mania, and Elias has always just had segments, I think.
Yeah, he's always gotten interrupted in the segments and gotten beaten down or whatever. But this is his first time as a face going into WrestleMania, getting a win. I guess that's good. But I wasn't, like I said, this match was like, it felt like it was just pushed in too fast. And there was really no build for me at all.
Yeah. My sentiments exactly. This was a match I was not looking forward to. This is a match that really shouldn't have been on WrestleMania. I think it only made it because it was a 2-night thing and they just stretched it out. I did get a kick out of the SmackDown segment of him falling to the concrete because that's the gloriousness of pre-recording that they could do stuff like that. But my only
you should be paralyzed.
The only takeaway I have for this is I'm happy Elias got a win because the guy's talented and he does have a lot of potential, and it does suck the way that they book him. So it is a pretty good win for him on a Mania and against somebody with, the run that Corbin's had lately. So pretty cool.
I wouldn't mind if he was the one to take down Sami Zayn. He's never had a mid-card run so far with the title, so that wouldn't be a bad idea.
He's a former 24/7 champion.
Oh, sorry. I think you're right.
Who wasn't a 24/7 champion? Actually,
I think he's a 2-time champion. If I'm not right.
I'm pretty sure I held that title at one point. I don't even know. I think we all did. C4, you're a former 24/7 champion, I believe. What did you think?
5 times.
Yeah.
5 times. I wasn't I wasn't really invested in the match that much. I liked the cutaway fall thing too from SmackDown. I thought that was clever. I like that, the way that they're doing that. But it was a throwaway match. I think it probably would have been cut if there was a crowd. And it was what it was. I'm glad Elias won.
And Don Megan made the good point of saying if this was just one night, this would have been one of those matches that got cut.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, probably not, but would have probably not have been there. He would have been in the Battle Royal.
It would have been the Battle Royal.
It would have been the second kickoff match.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I'm surprised they didn't do more kickoffs. No spots for Ryder or Hawkins this year. Your Raw Women's title on the line. Anticipated match: Becky Lynch defeated Shayna Baszler. Only about 8 minutes 30 seconds here. I liked it. It had its moments, but again, it was one of those Baszler matches that it just, I don't know. Sometimes with her, maybe again, if there was a crowd and there's some more heat on this, I think it's one of those matches that suffered because of it. What about you guys?
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. It was boring as hell to me. It felt like a throwaway TV match that we would have just saw on a Raw one night. Not at all. The buildup was great. I was looking really forward to this match. I thought Shayna was going to take the belt. Becky's had it for a year now at this point. So I thought for sure the title would change hands and we would have a really cool match. And this match was pretty damn blah. and no title change. So I was hoping at least afterwards maybe Ronda would have came out and we would have had a little something to kind of lead towards, but not even anything exciting after either. So, man.
Yeah, this match, it could have been better. And I think this is the kind of match that needed the live crowd just to get everything going. I think the juices would have flown a little more instead of just plodding around the ring and just doing a few things. I think, we got to hear the hardest part of the ring tonight, being spoken whenever Becky Lynch, put her on the side of the mat, the apron. But I didn't really feel it. I wished more for this match, but again, I think the live crowd would have helped a ton with this match.
While you drink that Pepsi, what you think for?
I agree. It would have benefited from the crowd for sure. I enjoyed it. I liked that they were real nice and snug there at the beginning. When they were throwing those punches at the beginning, I thought that was cool. I thought it was a good match, but I thought it would have been even better if there was a crowd. I agree it was definitely missing a crowd. It's one of those times when that is probably the make or breaker for a match. Didn't live up to my expectations. So.
Yeah. Next up, the Intercontinental Championship. Glad just to see the IC title always on the card. We didn't get the US title this year, but the IC title, Sami Zayn, recent champion winner, defeating Daniel Bryan about 9:20. I wanted so much more from this match just because I wanted the Sami Zayn of old. Instead, we got the more gaga. This felt like a house show match. It's kind of how I viewed it. This just felt like maybe they did it because of the lack of crowd. I don't know. It was okay, but again, it wasn't a match of what I think Bryan and Zayn could do. So I was disappointed personally.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Don. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Come on, Jordan. You got to direct this better. You can't just say you guys when there's 4 people on here. Come on. I agree with you. I thought the match sucked. I did not like the whole running around thing. Like, you keep running around the ring, and then you bump into Cesaro and Nakamura, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it could have been a really good match if it would have just been the two of them one-on-one the way it should have been. And I think Daniel should have taken the belt. Even though I know Sammy just got it, but, his reign's going to be obviously a joke kind of a situation. So, this didn't deserve to be on Mania, and it was another throwaway match of the night.
I love the Intercontinental Championship belt. That's my favorite belt of all times. Because to me, it just means a lot more than, say, these Universal Champions or even the WWE Championship belt of yore. I just thought tonight's match was not up to an Intercontinental Championship match. To me, this could have been the 24/7 match for all I knew. If you just walked in, all the running around, all the dipping and dodging that they've been doing the whole night, that to me, that feels more like for a crowd. If you're going to do that, you're trying to gather a cheap heat from the crowd by jumping in, jumping out. It's just nothing but. To me, it was just annoying. I would have liked to see Daniel Bryan get the win, but maybe after all this stuff gets done, maybe they have an actual plan for Sammy. Let's hope.
I thought it was a little more exciting than you guys did. Apparently, I enjoyed it. It was a little over the top for there being no crowd. Again, the crowd is a big factor, and the lack of a crowd really shows things that would probably be a lot more entertaining if it were around. But that again goes to make you wonder why certain things were chosen. But anyway, I liked it. I really liked the finish. But again, another match that would have benefited from a crowd. So.
Next up, the ladder match, the 3-way ladder match for the tag team titles. John Morrison defeats Kofi, and was it Jimmy?
Yeah,
it was Jimmy. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jimmy Uso in about 18:30. They retained the titles.
Sorry about the dogs.
Oh, that's all good. He didn't listen. I guess he was disappointed by the last match as well, so he disagrees with all of us. 18:30. They retain the titles. It's a fun ladder match. We've seen bigger, more spectacle ones before. One note I have here, I actually kind of like that they had some cameras in the crowd. It created a couple cool shots that you never get. So they worked with that a little bit here. So I want to hear people's opinions too on should they have found a replacement for Miz? Were you fine with the three-way concept? And then thoughts on the match itself. John Mega.
Thanks, Jordan.
Really hosted. Good job. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a little torn on that because number one, I thought it just seemed silly to be like, we're gonna have this triple threat singles match for the tag team championships. So that seemed very odd. I think they should have just done it with Morrison having to go by himself. I think it could have ran a pretty cool angle with just flat out just being like, well, Miz is out and he's being forced. And once again, it's like everybody's against Miz and Morrison. Hey, ho, ho. So I think that would have played into the angle because obviously in Elimination Chamber, they had to go up against, 5 other teams. And then now they had to go do a triple threat. So it's like they could have played into the angle of, man, we're always getting screwed. We never just get one-on-one matches, So going to it, on the flip side of it, I did really like this match. I do think this is where the night kind of took its turn. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought everybody had some pretty cool moves that got thrown in there. I think it was probably cool for Jimmy to kind of get some exposure on his own. And Morrison did some cool shit, and I'm glad they retained. I like the match a lot. I just think they could have handled it probably in a better way because, it sucks for Big E and Jay, just being taken out of the match just because Miz got sick. So that's a bummer.
Jesse McCallister.
Yes. No, I agree with you, Don. This is the night, I said it before, where this WrestleMania actually took an upswing, and I was excited through this whole match. It was fun. It was just, the only thing I have a question, if you guys could just answer this for me. Do you think there was a cut whenever he fell off the ladder to the floor when Jimmy fell? Because it was one of those moves that you would never really want to see in real life. Well, you'd want to see it in real life, but they didn't show any of the fall until after the fact. I think they just said, okay, we'll pretend he fell, and okay, well, then we'll take a shot of him on the floor. Do you guys agree with that?
It seemed like it. It did seem like it, the way that it was filmed.
Yeah, that's all pre-filmed, so if something wasn't the liking of, whoever the overseer is, and why not? It would make sense that there probably wasn't the only time where there was an edit tonight.
Yeah, and you can really, that's the only part that kind of took me out of the reality of the match a little bit. Morrison had some spectacular moves, off the ropes, on the ladder at the end. It was just a great, paced match. Where everyone got to shine, everyone got to see a little bit of each other, and I enjoyed it immensely. I think this is probably one of the best matches of the night.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, him walking the top rope and then doing the Spanish fly in the corner was phenomenal.
That was a great spot.
Yeah.
Want to see Morrison back? C4 thoughts?
Yeah, no, it was great. It was when you look at the card and you see Kofi Kingston, John Morrison's name on a ladder match, that right there sells me. No matter, everybody else.
Jimmy Uso.
Or Jimmy Uso did wonderful. And if it were the full tag team match like it was supposed to be, I'm sure everybody else would have been wonderful too. But you put Morrison and Kingston in a ladder match, you got me there right then. But I thought it was great. It was a good night for all three guys, and what a finish. Very fun finish.
Do we all agree match of the night?
I would say match of the night.
My match of the night's a little further.
A little further. Okay. Mega, yes or no, match of the night?
Probably from a real match standpoint.
Yeah.
I think I enjoyed something else tonight a little more, but
okay. Well, then
from a real in-ring standpoint,
So we have. Actually, I guess technically it was just kind of 7 matches tonight, depending on if you don't include the 24 and the restarted Owens and Rollins match here, because you had Owens defeating Seth by DQ in about 10 minutes, and then the no DQ match for another about 5.5. Owens Rollins here again. I think kind of the momentum kind of continued here. They did some fun stuff. Him off the stage is a fun repeated viewing here. So this match, one of the matches that actually had a little bit of a build here in the last few months. So Owens Rollins, let's go with Dutch.
Wow, that me first. Okay. No, I gotta say, the Owens off the WrestleMania sign, that was a nice deal. You know. But yeah, I found that this one actually did have a payoff at the end. They finally, I think we're going to move on a little bit down the line from these two. I don't know if it's killed it off completely of the story, but I think
I feel like it's done.
I think they're going to put this away, you know, for another, another time, because I think they're going to go dark maybe, you know.
Yeah,
just to
everything will
start
be done for now.
Yeah, but no, I liked it. It was a fun match.
Don, mega.
Yeah, it was a fun match. I mean, especially I'm glad they restarted it because I was like, really, we're gonna do one of these lame DQ finishes on a WrestleMania with no crowd? Like this night's already rough as it is, and then one of the matches with the biggest buildup of all of them, they just ended like that. I was like, come on. So them restarting it, I was happy, and then I mean, come on, jumping off that damn WrestleMania sign, that was a big ass bump. And I pretty much believed it when Seth was at the ground there, that he was really having trouble breathing. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that one.
C4, what you think?
Yeah, top to bottom on that one, I thought was fantastic. It almost got me, that DQ. It almost got me, but I was like, no. I specifically didn't write the W and the L down on the match wasn't over in my book. So you saw my book earlier. So I liked it. It seems like when the chair shots were being given, that it almost seemed more brutal. Again, the crowd again. I know I've been mentioning it a lot, but it's right there or not. Without it, it just seems like you could hear the chair shots harder, and it just sounds even more brutal. So yeah, and good selling from Seth. Good match.
From there, we go on to the real match of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Mojo Rawley defeats R-Truth in about 2 to 3 seconds for that 24/7 title. We're this close to seeing Rob Gronkowski. I guess let's also talk real quick, because I could care less about this dude at the moment, about what is everyone's thoughts so far on the Danton, Rob Gronkowski. Other than this, was he even needed tonight? Not really. C4, what do you think about Gronk?
Not a whole lot, Jordan. Honestly, no offense to Gronk or anything. I hope he discovers who he's going to be and shines in what he wants to do, and I wish him luck. But I don't really have a whole lot of thoughts on him, quite frankly.
Dutch, what do you think about Gronk? Are you still there?
I love Gronk. I'm a New England Patriot fan, so I am a very big fan of him. I'm proud of it. Yeah, I talk foosball as you call it. But I think it was not something that we needed. We don't need a host, especially Gronkowski. But he is a funny individual if they just would allow him to be without scripting him enough. Because he is funny if you watch him on Sunday football. He's funny as hell. But this one, I just didn't think it was worth it for him to be there. It was just try to get some publicity somehow for the event.
Mojo Riley's biggest fan, Don.
We don't get hype. We stay hype. You mean we're talking about the White Tiger from The Masked Singer? That's who we're talking about right now, right?
Yeah.
The mask. I don't even know what that is.
Oh man. Well, the White Tiger was Rob Gronkowski, by the way. The whole host thing for WrestleMania, I wish they'd stop. It's stupid. There's nothing for them to do other than say hello in the beginning. They've wasted pretty much every single one they've ever had. There's just no point, to be honest. So, yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see what the longer-term plans are for Rob because, supposedly he signed some big multi-year contract with them. So, is he going to try to be a wrestler? Where are we going with it from here? And they should have given him the belt. I mean, it would have been interesting to see him go into night 2 with the belt on his shoulder. Man. Yeah, why Mojo? Like, they've already tried Mojo as champion. It sucks. This belt is just I wish they would. I thought they were kind of going a different direction with this title for a minute when The other dude had it that I can't even remember his name because he had 0 push on NXT and then somehow went to Raw Unstoppable. Yeah, Riddick Moss. You know, it seemed like they were going to go more legit style. He was actually defending the belt on like main event and stuff like that. And then now we're back to the whole, ooh, I slapped you and somehow you're down good enough for me to get a 3 count, you know, or everybody is vulnerable to the schoolboy roll-up. So, you know, I wish they would do something different, man, because come on, R-Truth, man.
We have
37-time champion.
We still have night 2 to see Rob Gronkowski win the championship from Mojo.
True.
Oh yeah,
true.
Not Hype Brother.
He's going to end the night.
Way
Yeah,
too soon. Good point.
he'll probably end the night with the title. Yeah,
it's going down.
I thought we were going to end WrestleMania right there.
I thought R-Truth had a really missed opportunity. He should have came out. Did he say hello, welcome to Raymond James Stadium? That would have been funny.
No, he should have though. Yeah,
that would have been funny.
Sell it out, 90,000. Oh, where'd it go? So up next, a good moment, followed by, of course, another shitty short match, in my opinion. Braun Strowman defeats Goldberg in a little over 2 minutes.
Woo!
Long time coming for Braun. He's had many opportunities at the world title. He literally just lost the IC title to Sami Zayn, but all right, whatever. And something that probably was not in the books because Roman was obviously set up for this. So I'm fine with Braun getting the title. I'm definitely fine with anyone taking it off of Goldberg. Again, the guy couldn't give us a 5-minute Mania match. Come on. So whatever. Don, what do you think?
Oh, man. I'm torn, man, because I'm still pissed that there was not a bigger explanation of why Roman was not in this match. I kept waiting for them to write Roman out, and it was like SmackDown was just like, here's your match, and we're not even going to act like it was anything different at any time. So it was very weird. I feel like they had the exact same match that Roman would have had with Goldberg. They would have just been spearing each other 5 times each instead of the power slams. I had a feeling they'd probably end up giving it to Braun just to get the title off of him. I don't know, man. I kind of almost would wish that Goldberg would have just kept it just to get to whenever the next show is and then had Roman win it like initially set to be. I don't care for Braun being the champion at all. I think Braun's just booked too unstoppable for me. I don't like it. You know, obviously the Intercontinental match, he had to fight 3 guys to lose, you know. Outside of that, then who's going to stop him? I mean, I guess Roman will come in and he'll stop him. But it's just unfortunate that it had to go this way because now it's in the record books that Braun's a former Universal champ, and I'm not too keen on that one.
Kayfabe, what do you think, man? You happy Braun's the champion? You think he doesn't need it? Should we have kept with Goldberg?
Well, you know, I gotta tell you, Jordan. Throughout time, people are going to remember matches from WrestleMania. They're going to remember Macho Man and Steamboat. They're going to remember Hogan and Andre, and they're going to remember Braun Strowman and Bill Goldberg. It was a technical marvel, and I am fortunate to have witnessed it. No, it was about what I was expecting, and it was what it was. It's Strowman and Goldberg. I think Strowman is obviously this is kind of all we got right now. We got to get it off of Goldberg moment, kind of right place, right time kind of feel. And it could at least start up another feud between him and Roman, which I was honestly a big fan of. So that's what we lead to with it. A heel Strowman champion monster. Roman wants to save the day. I'm okay with that again. So,
guys, what are your thoughts? The monster among men. Wash these hands.
Monster among men. That's Goldberg, man. No, I really, I'm very happy they've taken the belt from him. But I think they're going to be using Strowman now as like the new Big Show. You know, we're not going to know. One day he's going to be good. One day he's going to be bad. You know, and we're going to see that. And I just have that feeling deep down in the cockles of my soul that we're gonna see him turn heel soon as soon as Roman gets back or whenever they start doing a Royal Main show. But yeah, I like him booked as a monster. I just do. I just think he is a big dude at this point. Let's use him as that. But again, the WWE is not very good at using those monsters, wisely. They just like to push them over and then they just topple them. That's all they do.
This match really proves too that there's no real main event players on SmackDown, which really sucks because they really had nowhere to go outside of Braun. There's literally nobody else from a heavyweight standpoint for the top title. I mean, besides Roman.
I thought it was going to maybe be Corbin for a second, but yeah, there really wasn't many other options, Yeah, sure, which is sad. I was like, maybe they'll just feed him Robert Roode. I don't know. Like, what are they going to do?
I know.
Finally, in a weird but fun main event, the Boneyard match. Undertaker defeated AJ Styles in about 17 minutes here. This was fun. As a lot of people predicted, this was stylized. This was very much filmed. Almost like as you've seen in the past with the Hardy compound stuff and whatnot. Not as much special effects, but there was some towards the end. Taker showing that he is still the Phenom. I like that we got the badass Taker here. His best promo in a long time was on Monday, actually, where he didn't have to be the Phenom. He was just more of the badass. I love that promo. And yeah, this is fun, man. I thought it was executed as well, if not better than I could have predicted. Don Mega.
Yeah, this is what I was hoping they would do. Take the opportunity, being that it wasn't in front of a live crowd, to do something special. This is something I really hope that the Firefly Funhouse match tomorrow is going to be with Cena. Yeah. Is that it's something in a warehouse, that they could do very theatrically. This is embrace it. Do something special that you can get outside the Performance Center. This was great, man. In the graveyard, I love the intro with the hearse driving up to the Undertaker music, and then it being AJ in the casket. I mean, the beginning was great, and then the Undertaker riding the motorcycle down the road with the Metallica blasting. I mean, come on, dude, it was awesome. I mean, I'm a big fan of the American Badass Undertaker. That's my version of Taker. I love that. So I was very happy to see him back. I agree with you, Jordan. The promo on Monday was awesome to see him just not have to deal with the rest in peace like all the time, and just be like, AJ, I'm gonna whoop your ass, son, and it was cool, man. Just the theatrics and just him getting beat down, getting thrown in the grave, and then popping up behind AJ on the machine, just and then the fire added in, and the theatrics were great. The background music they kept piping in throughout it was great, and then burying AJ and riding off in the sunset. I mean, it was great. It was a really cool ending, and it was a ton of fun, man. I super dug this.
So, Corey, AJ Styles has been murdered. What are your thoughts?
Oh, you're going to see a masked guy called Mr. Jones show up next time. It was completely unexpected. I did not expect that at all. I was very pleasantly surprised, and at first I wasn't quite sure what I was watching. Then once I realized, okay, I'm getting what's going on here, the cinematic style and all that. Once I settled into that, it was a fun ride. I liked it a lot, and it was cool. It was definitely a good way to utilize having to do something different and still have it be epic. And you definitely have to hand it to the Hardys and the Broken Brilliance for inspiration towards things like this, because they kind of gave a template to what has been now very vastly improved upon, I think, in terms of production value, I would say, I guess. So, but great.
Your thoughts here? Boneyard match, Dutch.
Oh, it was the greatest movie of all time. I gotta tell you, I enjoyed this so much. I was like, you know what, this, the shots that they were shooting, it was just cinematically just perfect, and I love just every ounce of every. Don summed it up perfectly of the match, because it was just each shot wasn't gratuitous. It's just perfect. I loved how they did kind of like the movie fight, when all the guys came out from the barn, and they all attacked him one by one, and then all of a sudden, of course, you had Gallows and Anderson, come across and double team, which is only two as a whole bunch that was actually smart enough to do that, double team the Undertaker. But I enjoyed just all of it. The roof part. It was just an amazing match. It was a lot better than the Orton Bray Wyatt match, if you remember that. You know, what was that? Was that haunted house mystery Scooby-Doo thing that they did?
Mm-hmm.
And that was
House
awesome.
of Horrors.
So they've improved. Well improved, you know, because it was Hardy, and I think showed that you could actually do it right. When they did it that one other time, and then they just kind of expanded upon that. And I don't think Vince had anything to do with this. I don't think, because he didn't get the other one, the Bray and Matt match. So I don't think he did that. So hopefully, just creative did great without it. So
that is WrestleMania night 1 in the books, guys. We got night 2 coming up tomorrow. Just one of 2. What are we looking forward to tomorrow? What are any more critiques that you have? Anything else you want to say about the show that you hope they do differently or better, or just overall thoughts going into night 2? Don Mega, my brother from the same mother.
Like I said, I really hope the Firefly Funhouse match is just as cool as the Boneyard match. I'm really looking forward to some cool stuff that they do there. You know, like I dug what they did at the end of SmackDown with him staring at the Fiend and then the lights hitting and then Bray's like, let me in, like right behind him, you know, and it was like the way they spliced that was great. And I think they could do something really, really cool. I do hope that they do something pretty special with that. I'm looking very forward to Drew and Brock. I hope they have a great match. I'm pulling for my boy Drew. I've been waiting for him to get the title for years and, you know, hoping that that's how the night ends with him, you know, celebrating with that belt. I think there's some good matches, man. Right? It's gotta, right? I mean, I hope to God it does, the way they've been building this thing up. I mean, you know, they even did a new Chronicle episode on WWE Network tonight on Drew. So, I mean, it seems like they're putting that, you know, the rocket ship on them. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I mean, there's a handful of matches I'm looking forward to. I'm curious to see how Alistair and Bobby Lashley turns out to be. Seeing Alistair up against somebody just not a jobber. And
Elias Corbin the second, but all right.
I don't know, man. I'm hoping it's something better because they do have the potential to do something there. Very curious to see how Rhea and Charlotte turns out to be. And then, like I said, just Drew and Brock. So those are my big 4 that I'm kind of looking forward to tomorrow and seeing how it pans out. The rest of the matches are kind of just slapped together. I'm a little disappointed with the Raw tag titles. Somehow Austin Theory made his way in to that match. Andrade getting hurt again. They need to take that damn U.S. title off of him. I don't know. He's super injury prone all of a sudden. But why do they have a tag title match out of all the teams on Raw? It doesn't really make any sense. And then, some of the other stuff is just kind of So we'll see. We'll see what they do with it. But I'm excited to have a whole nother night of matches tomorrow. I do kind of dig the 2-night concept.
Yeah, I don't think it's tonight either from a home standpoint. Dutch, let me in and tell me why Livers in the Tire is your most anticipated match.
That is the most anticipated match for me. No, it's not. But I do like to watch her work. I don't know why. I've always liked her in NXT as well. Liv Morgan, that is. Just to watch her. I think she's going to get better. You just got to be patient with her. You know, and just get better because Alexa Bliss wasn't that great.
You have to go on about Liv Morgan. Talk about that. Next time actually give a diatribe about Liv Morgan.
Kids, just give her a chance, man. No, I am looking forward, of course, to the Drew. I always want to call him Galloway now, but there's McIntyre again. So I do want to watch that match. That's going to be the best. I don't know. It's going to be brutal. I think that's going to be the way they're going to go with that. It's going to be a brutal match. The Firefly match will be fun. I'm hoping they do take it like that as they did the Undertaker tonight. You know, other than that, those are the 2 only matches that I really, really want to watch tomorrow night. I'll be surprised with the others of how they'll turn out. That's basically what I'm looking at right now. But you know, right now you got to beat the Undertaker and AJ Styles match in my book right now, and go from there.
C4 tonight, tomorrow. What you thinking?
I am really looking forward to seeing what Edge and Randy Orton are going to do.
Oh, shit. How did I forget that? Totally spaced that one. Yes, of course, Edge and Randy Orton. Jesus
I
Christ.
think those guys are going to give us something really, really special. Through this whole feud, especially that really awesome Edge promo that was done last week. There's a lot of Mick Foley fingerprints all over this feud, and I think that Edge promo felt very Cactus Jack to me. So Mick's influence is on this whole feud, and I think it's going to be shown in this match. He had a lot to do with both of those guys' biggest matches of their careers, and I think this is a kind of a, of course, it's a personal for them, the way they've been planning it out, but I think it's also a testament to how you allow your influences to shine through your capabilities. So I'm really excited to see what they do, and I'm really looking forward to the Drew and Brock match too. There's a bunch of good stuff that's going to happen tomorrow, and hopefully I'll get some pleasant surprises too. But I'm excited for tomorrow too.
Let's not forget Otis and Dolph Ziggler
Right.
tomorrow.
Yes.
The main event, the real main event, ladies and gentlemen.
Otis in his crop top.
I do want to apologize to Edge. I don't know how the hell I forgot that one, but Edge, one of my all-time favorites, who I'm so excited is returning tomorrow, and somehow totally spaced his match. But yeah,
you know what?
it's going to be great.
We were so excited for Liv Morgan getting her match.
Yes, yes.
It's totally spaced. Yeah, night 2 I think has the potential to be really great. We mentioned some great matches here. Obviously, Edge's first singles match in so long. Super dope. Excited about that. The potential of Drew. Hopefully WWE. We've got to end the night on a high note, right? If Brock ends the night just holding that championship, everyone I think is going to be a little depressed, man. And so I think we got to end the night on like, hey, yay! I'm stuck in the house, but at least Drew's the champion. Other fun stuff we got going on too. So night 2 is gonna be fun. I'll talk to some of you guys tomorrow night too. I know you're all podcasters. Let's get some advertisements out there. Corey, tell us where we can listen to you.
You can listen to me on any streaming service, Spotify, any of them. It's the 1,000,001, a pro wrestling podcast. Follow me on Twitter at 1,000,001WP with the number ones.
Dutch, where can we watch you?
Does anyone watch us? That's the question. It's
Shut up.
A show about shows. That's where I'm at, and of course I'm working on something. So we have another one pop up after we get done with this shut-in.
Show about shows that's on YouTube right now. Dom Mega, long-standing podcaster. Tell us where we can listen to you, my friend.
Yes, sir. Check out my show, my entertainment show, Am I on the Air? Your one-stop shop for all the latest and greatest in entertainment news, TV, movies, and reviews. It's amiontheair.com, available on all streaming platforms as well, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, all the good ones, man, Apple Podcasts. So, yeah, check us out. Follow us on Twitter at Am I on the Air? And myself at DX Don Mega.
Absolutely. Subscribe to the Pierce Wrestling channel. I'm always interviewing wrestling superstars, interviews coming up with Dax, Superstar Sean Davis, maybe so many more coming up here on the channel here, as well as matches, of course, World Pro Wrestling channel as well. Guys, any final words we say here before we sign off for the evening?
Good night.
Let me in.
All right, so guys, let us into your home. Subscribe to all these podcasts. I'm a big fan of all of them. Am I on the Air, 1,000,001, Show About Shows, Kayfabe Corner. We love you more than you'll ever know. Thank you. Good nights. Good fights.